What's up, guys? This is Boondocks, and right now I'm going to be talking about add-ons I like and how the end game of Wildstar is more or less put together. So, first of all, as far as add-ons go, one of the ones I took right away is called Amp Finder, and basically this just lets you know what amps are found in each zone for your given class, or you can search by a class, look for the amp through alphabetical, and then it shows what tree it's in, and if you click it, it shows where they're located. The world drops, unfortunately, don't specifically say this is where you get them from the world drop, but at least you know you can't buy it. I then take better chat logs in order to make my chat seem a little bit nicer, and I also take better quest logs to help my quest log to be a little bit cleaner and easier to navigate through. In addition to that, I take something called custom FOV. So if I type \FOV, I get an FOV slider like if it's a multiplayer game. If I zoom out a little bit, I'll be able to show you what it is. I did talk about this in a previous video, but now I'll just actually show. So typically, Wildstar is set for 50. So normally that's the field of view for playing Wildstar. If you look, it's kind of hard to see like the top left and right corners. Typically, most games are set between about 65 and 70. If you look, as soon as I hit 70, it pulls it out, and you can see more. The issue is, if people play first-person shooters, you might know, if you increase your field of view too much, you can see a lot, but then, whoa! That would not be fun to play with. It's already making me a little bit motion sick, and it's time to turn that down. So, I mean, if you want to do like 85, the game will still look fine. It just gets a little bit distorted around the edges. I feel like 70 is the nice happy medium. So that's custom FOV. In addition to that, I personally like, what is it? Junket. Basically, if I come over to a vendor, automatically everything that I had that was junk is sold, and everything that was needing of repairs automatically gets repaired. And you can set it and change up any type of settings you want, so that way you don't sell off shit that you might want to keep for later. I then take this thing called steady plates, and right now, I know they just updated it today and I haven't updated it for myself, but right now they're kind of stuck so that I'm constantly seeing the templates of all my friendly characters, which needs to get fixed, but I do it so that way I can see the enemies, and more specifically judge personally when they fall below a certain percentage, aka 30, so that way I can use Assassinate on them. Now what you can do is use, I think it's called BG plates. The issue I found with that is it's very memory taxing, and it'll even cause my computer to have memory leak, and I don't appreciate that. So I know people that have tried to play with lower computers have a lot of memory leak issues with the game base, let alone with add-ons like that. So I try to just stick with steady plates for now until future updates come out with BG plates, because it looks really good and it's very clear when the 30% come up, and I recommend testing it out, deciding for yourself. Then I use Proc HUD, and basically that shows me how many charges of Assassinate I have, and if I was attacking an actual enemy, it would pop up whenever I land a crit, so that way I know I got a flame burst proc to shoot off. I then have threat meter, which would display if I was in a group and started attacking an enemy. I also have a thing called tap that. Basically tap that if you don't want to play any of the mini games for activating items. You just press F on it, and then if it's one of the tapping ones, it'll fill up the bar almost instantly. If it's a press to hold, it'll hold for you. If it's a timing press one, it'll do that, and it'll even play Simon Says. The only thing it won't do is beat CCs for you, and therefore it's not a total cheat, only a partial cheat. I then also have Galaxy Meter. That tracks my damage. You can set it for several different things, for like heals, and I haven't gotten into it too much. I've just been paying attention to the damage, so I apologize for not being on top of my shit for that one. I also have something called Galaxy Library, which just shows you all the different items in the game. Where is that bastard? No, it's right here. I gotta hit escape, I think. Whatever. I don't like it. End statement. I'm gonna delete it. Get more room. There is another add-on, and I feel really bad because someone mentioned it to me earlier today on YouTube, on one of my previous videos. It actually accepts all challenges for you. Assuming you could turn it off and on at any time, then I feel like that would be really good for farming runs. But now on to the end game. So once you get to the end game, you actually gain a new experience bar. If you look, I have rested. Unfortunately, when I tried to record this video yesterday, the sound quality is worse than usual, so I didn't upload it. And now I've actually maxed out for the week. But basically, you get an additional experience bar after level 50. And instead of gaining experience, you gain Elder Points. Every 75,000 Elder Points, you gain an Elder Gem, up to 140 Elder Gems, which can be tracked over here in your bag page. I'm down to 132 because I bought the attunement key. So you need to get the Elder Gems by running dungeons, adventures, questing, doing dailies, and you'll fill up your bars. They go up pretty quick. That's why I was able to actually get this filled in about 2.5 days. I didn't have to work during those days, so it went up pretty quick. Then you can come over to the merchant, and you can buy things like a Ferris wheel fab kit, which I definitely wouldn't care about. Tiki Lounge sounds kind of interesting though. But you can also get hoverboards and ground mount flare, cosmetic shit, or you can buy equipment. Now the trick behind the equipment is they're not just locked by how many gems they take. You also have to do certain objectives. For instance, this one is kill the end boss in Sword Maiden, or in Kel'Vareth, on Veteran, mind you, Sword Maiden, Storm Talons, and so on. Then you move on to the other accessories, and again, it's just different dungeons. Then once you start getting into Veteran, this is when you have to actually get gold medals in different dungeons and different, what am I looking for, adventures. Sadly, the game kind of screwed me over the other day, and I was supposed to get a gold medal in, what am I looking for here? The Siege mission, I forget what it's called. Siege of Tempest Refuge. And then next thing you know, a whole group of the worst enemies in the game spawned and pretty much wrecked face. So unfortunately I wasn't able to get it, and that's why I only have my War of the Wilds unlocked. And it goes all the way down to having to kill raid bosses to get, this is pretty much the end raid bosses in the Datascape, as opposed to Genetics Archive. These are Genetic Archive bosses, and you have to kill them in order to unlock these particular items. In order to get attuned, you need to buy the Genesis key and go through a whole attunement storyline. The first step is to kill an enemy in Wild Run, who I will eventually show just for fun's sake. And then you have to become completely maxed in your reputation with either the Dominion or the Exiles. Then you need to get at least silver medals in every single adventure. There are side quests in between. It's kind of hard to mention those though, since they're kind of varied. But I probably won't upload videos for that, but I'm always willing to answer questions. So first things first, as far as the dailies go, one of the most important dailies, especially if you have a trade skill, is how to get your data chip. And a lot of people were saying that, oh no, I can't get my data chip, the game's so broken. What the hell? That's because this guy out here used to say that he wanted to give you a data cube, and if you clicked on him, you could click on the quest all day and it wouldn't give you shit. For me personally, as a tailor, I found out and knew that I needed to come to this guy.
Have news.
He gives you a quest to get the daily data ration. So now all I need to do is go to Malgrave, talk to a Lop. That pretty much completes the quest. Come back here, talk to this guy. I get a data ration for data fragment, which I need in order to craft the endgame tailoring.
Was saying.
Right here. I'm kind of arguing with Carbine right now because I crafted something and it destroyed my pattern without teaching me the pattern. It's kind of frustrating because you got to learn the early ones to learn the later ones, and blah blah blah. Hopefully I'll get back into it soon, but I'm still doing my dailies, which is why I'm up to almost 30,000 vouchers. So once I feel the mood, I'm going to start getting all the rest. As far as doing the dailies is concerned, all you need to do, if you're Dominion, is come talk to Captain Karaka. You can actually start these at level 49. So, dailies are pretty straightforward. I'm not going to run around and do them all like I did yesterday. Looking back, that was just generally a waste of time. And I wouldn't really recommend it. But basically, you get teleported to the Crimson Badlands. The Crimson Badlands are the same, like, second starting area, I guess, assuming you went to the Chua/Draken area. It's the, like, island before going to Daradoon. It was one of, like, my earlier videos I showed that. So right here I have a scientist quest. So far what I've noticed is that this doesn't actually give me any progression towards being a scientist, which kind of sucks. At this point I would have preferred that. But
I desire your assistance,
as you can see, there's several different dailies here. You can complete the dailies, and they give you a massive, massive amount of EP. To the point that if you do all your dailies, you'll be able to... Oh man, my quest log is full. Awesome. If you do all your dailies, you'll actually gain about 20 gems each day. So there's dailies located at this location. There's dailies located at this location. And there's dailies located... I think it's right over here. Basically, you have to go to all three of those locations anyway in order to complete one of the quests called Mapping the Island. And they take you all over except for up by the Megatech Station. Some of them are pretty easy, some of them take a little bit longer, but all in all, it'll probably take you about 30 minutes once you learn them to do them each day, and it's not that big of a deal. Last time I checked, there was no rep vendor here, but I don't remember this guy having... Yes, they finally put back in a rep vendor. Awesome. You don't gain all that much rep from these guys, unfortunately, but as you can see, this is another location for you to be able to buy level 50 gear once you raise up your rep gear. And that's pretty excellent in my opinion. So, I guess I am going to be doing all my dailies again, even though I'm already maxed out for the week as far as EP goes. This makes it 100% worth it, just to get that little bit of extra boost. Because when the time comes, you're going to want to jump into adventures and dungeons. I definitely recommend doing Sword Maiden on normal a few times with like friends and stuff. The reason I say friends is because it's actually a long dungeon and people will get tired, especially if you wipe and want to just leave the group. But if you're doing it with guildmates and friends, they'll usually stick around. In addition to that, then I would move on to the adventures. One of the nice things is that if you click first available veteran, it'll take you to the first available. Otherwise, you can also go through and select individual ones as you see fit, and the same works for the dungeons. First available veteran dungeon, or you can go through and individually select them. So, anyways guys, good luck, have fun, peace.